camera to the back of the car.
All right, I don't know which one of you picked this, so I'm just going to say, where are we going?
We're going to Jurassic Quest. It was something I saw on a Facebook ad. I have no idea what to expect from this, but it's got something to do with dinosaurs.
From what I was just reading on the link you sent me, it sounds like it's normally an indoor event that they transformed into an outdoor event for this year. It's an interactive drive-through experience featuring over 70 moving and roaring dinosaurs. We'll be in our vehicles, but it says you'll still need to watch out for the swinging tail of their 80-foot-long Spinosaurus. So I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully it's pretty cool.
I'm kind of hoping that they have a track that you just drive your car into, like a car wash, and it just pushes you forward for a true hands-free Jurassic Park self-driving Jeep experience.
That would be amazing.
I'm not holding my breath, though.
Oh, now I'm wishing we had rented a Wrangler for this.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Let's see some dinosaurs.
Like my ticket literally says 11 a.m. to 12 p.m.
So maybe it's good for any time.
Yeah.
Welcome to Jurassic
Here,
Quest.
Trevor.
Let me scan your tickets. Oh, I see y'all got the camera all on the car.
Hell yeah.
All right, nice shirts.
It's a moving.
Hello, everyone. This is Park Ranger Marty. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Outside of your vehicle is where we keep our Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus was a predator from the very beginning of the Jurassic period, around 200 million years ago. Now, a lot of people have ideas of Dilophosaurus spitting poison or venom or acid, and a lot of the pictures and toys show them with a big frill around their neck. Well, unfortunately, the movies that this idea comes from used what we call artistic license, which is just a fancy way of saying they just plain made it up.
Stegosaurus is a Jurassic plant eater whose
That looks like
back,
our Spike.
neck, and
It's the
tail
same purple and
were
blue
covered
colors.
in bony plates. Stegosaurus had a special weapon. Along its tail, it had a set of spikes called a thagomizer that would use to defend itself from predators. And the predator it had to worry about the most was Allosaurus.
That's actually from a Far Side comic. It was a joke in a Far Side comic
Oh my
that
God.
became so popular that the scientific community actually adopted it. So I had read, but I had never actually heard it used like out in the wild before until just now.
The little guys in the scene are called guanlong. They're an early member of the Coelosaur family that lived in what is now China. A patasaurus is what we call a sauropod, or a long-necked dinosaur. Sauropods were the biggest animals to ever walk on Earth.
The duck-billed dinosaur you see is what we call an iguanodon, and it's one of the first dinosaurs to be discovered and named. Because when the first baryonyx skeleton was found in England in the
got a
1980s,
face.
it had fossilized fish bones and fish scales inside of its belly. This could be the earliest evidence of anyone in the UK ordering fish and chips.
Quest, the big dino you see here is Eutyrannus, the feathered tiger.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Eutyrannus is part of the Tyrannosauridae family, and it is the largest dinosaur that we know of with feathers.
I was gonna say
We
that
know
was
that
fluffy.
The furry guy is Utah Raptor. Now, Utah Raptor is the largest known member of the raptor family. Now behind him is a predator named Seats. Seats lived in North America at about the same time as some members of the Tyrannosaur family. But those Tyrannosaurs didn't get any larger than about the size of a Great Dane, because the alpha predator role had already been filled by Seats. Deinonychus. The name means terrible claw because of the sickle-like claws on its toes. If you've ever seen a movie that had a dinosaur called Velociraptor, there's a good chance it was actually a Deinonychus, and the director just thought that Velociraptor sounded cooler.
I always thought the Velociraptors were actually the Utah Raptors.
So did I.
I did too, actually.
Yeah.
Spinosaurus is one of the largest carnivores to ever walk the earth. It was a massive predator, preying on fish the size of cars.
Whoa.
Archelon, the biggest sea turtle known to exist. And just like sea turtles today, it probably laid eggs on land.
That is crazy.
And that scary fish that you see that looks like a cross between a piranha and a tuna is Xiphosaurus.
Factinus is a voracious predator that lives in the oceans all over the world. It could reach lengths of up to 20 feet long.
Hey Marty, have you seen the T-Rexes?
Well, they were in the enclosure an hour ago when I went in to feed them.
You didn't happen to turn off the invisible fence, did you?
Don't be silly, Dustin. How else was I supposed to get in there?
Marty, the fence only shocks dinosaurs that are chipped. You don't need to turn it off to walk in.
Oh.
Despite what you may have seen in movies, Velociraptor is not 6 feet tall, but actually about 3 feet tall, 6 feet long, and about 20 to 30 pounds. Just think of an extra scary turkey.
Yet another dinosaur from Mongolia is the large Therizinosaurus you see here, with the long claws. The claws on its hands could grow up to 3 feet long, making them the longest claws in the animal kingdom. It is believed to be an herbivore, but we are still looking for more fossils to know for sure. The dinosaur next to it is a Lorotitan, lived in what is now eastern Russia. It's in a special group of duck-billed dinosaurs called lambeosaurs, which are famous for the elaborate crests on their heads.
Hi, Park Ranger Marty here. Hope you're not mad at me about accidentally releasing the T-Rexes. If you see one of them, please let one of our 4 security officers know.
The big animal you see in this scene is Giganotosaurus, arguably one of the largest meat-eating dinosaurs. Though it may look a lot like T-Rex, it's actually a much different animal. Speaking of which, if you see one of our missing T-Rexes, please let one of our 3 security guards know where. Carnotaurus, which means meat-eating bull. It might have used its horns as a weapon against other predators.
Parasaurolophus is a hadrosaur, a family of dinosaurs sometimes called duck-billed dinosaurs because of the shape of their snouts. The new script here just says make horn sounds.
Quetzalcoatlus is the largest flying animal to ever take to the sky. It lived in what's now Texas because everything is bigger in Texas. Now, if you have any other questions about the creatures you see, go ahead and text that question to 844-DINO-411 or 844-346-6411.
Jugular furrow. Just saying.
There are 2 families of ceratopsians, Chasmosaurines and Centrosaurines. Now, Chasmosaurines have 2 prominent eye horns above their eyes and a very large frill. Centrosaurines do not typically have prominent eye horns and tend to have smaller frills.
Ankylosaurus was armored from head to toe with bits of bones on their skin called osteoderms.
Yeah, you just say ankylosaurus.
They are known for having a bony club tail, which was used to swing back and forth as a weapon to deter predators.
I've got great news, everyone. Our brand new head of security, Lisa, has managed to locate one of the T-Rexes and lure it back to its area. Tyrannosaurus rex have the most powerful bite of any land animal, between 8,000 and 12,000 pounds per square inch.
And finally, here at my favorite dinosaur, the Triceratops. The cool thing about Triceratops... No! The last T-Rex is in with the Triceratops' pen, and he's eating the Triceratops! Scientists used to think that Triceratops used the frill on the back of its head to defend its neck from T-Rex. But there's actually evidence that when T-Rex did eat Triceratops, he would sometimes bite down on that frill and pull the Triceratops' head right off. That meant it was less of a shield and more of a pull tab on my favorite dinosaur. The good news is, at least we're not going to see anything scarier or with a bigger bite.
And now, for something scarier with an even bigger bite. Megalodon is the largest shark to ever swim the seas. It is believed to reach up to 60 feet in length and had rows of hundreds of teeth.
Oh god, the eye moved.
Megalodon teeth have been found on every continent.
This is Lisa, Jurassic Quest security liaison. I'm okay. It looks like our guest made it out safely, too. Thanks for coming to Jurassic Quest. Security liaison Lisa, signing out.
Photo op? Oh,
Is it our car? They took a picture of our car.
oh my god, okay.
What do you guys think?
It was fun to do once.
I would want to do it again. when it's indoor walkthrough environment.
By making it a drive-through, they had to stretch all of their installations so thin that there just isn't enough to like go between them and like fill out the space.
Yeah.
Like it would definitely be better like if there was like a jungle or whatever set up and all the dinosaurs were like in a habitat instead of just sitting out in the sun.
Doing that inside, I imagine, would be a lot easier and a lot less expensive.
It depends, and I mean, you know, this is LA, so there's probably some warehouse sitting around that just has an enormous jungle set for rent that they can just put it in.
This was kind of like Candy Cane Lane, but instead of Christmas, it was dinosaurs.
It was a little bit, yeah. I like seeing like the moving parts and how they had like eyes and tongues and arms that all moved.
Yeah.
I was surprised that they went so far as to like animate the blinking. Like that was a nice touch.
Overall, I think it was a pleasant diversion, a nice experience. Probably a great thing if you have kids.
I guess I was expecting it to be more of like a haunted house.
Oh, that would
Sure.
be neat.
Sure, yeah.
Like I thought we'd be like going through a jungle and like shit would pop out at us. Any final thoughts on Jurassic Quest?
Jurassic Quest, colossal, fantastic, dinosaurs is Jurassic Quest, colossal, fantastic.
I kind of want to climb them like we did when we went to that dinosaur park in South Dakota.
No.
Do you think they'd frown upon that?
Oh, to kiss one like the one we did up by your grandma's house.
Oh my god. I forgot about those dinosaurs.